Hey everyone, welcome to the next episode of Invasion. So thank you all for joining us again today. Basically, this is going to be session 4 of Invasion, the escape from Velia. So the crew, a little bit of a recap for last session, in case you missed it, or just a little bit of a refresher from 2 weeks ago. The crew kind of went deeper into the mines of Vela, chasing after the Yuuzhan Vong agent that was on the ground, and kind of seeing if they could uncover the mystery of what was going on with the planet. After using some creative explosives, they were able to blow down his pretty heavily reinforced York coral door and make their way into a long tunnel. And within the tunnel, they proceeded for a while before they found a few Yuuzhan Vong traps, mainly a deep crevice, where unfortunately Vars Kadera found the bodies of a couple of his Mandalorian comrades. Looks like they were thrown to the bottom of the cavern with the same cuts and little York coral pieces that the other thralls had, but looks like they may have perished before they could have been taken over. After retrieving the bodies and retrieving the lucky thermal detonator, as well as kind of the little Mandalorian dog tags, the group proceeded further and eventually came across Carvas. They found the first time confronting a Mandalorian warrior kind of just covered with scars, wearing a thick black armor that seemed to repel both lightsaber blades, blaster bolts, and even some kinetic damage too. And he had a pretty wicked-looking amphistaff, which is a kind of a snake-like staff, which one of our crew members has right now, which we'll get into a bit later. But after there were kind of a pitched battle where it looked pretty dire for a bit for the crew, they were able to pull through and take Carvas down. During that battle, too, we actually found two Mandalorian survivors who had been implanted with the kind of control restraining bolt that the Yuuzhan Vong use, but it doesn't look like it had spread far enough to really bring them down yet. So it looks like probably I think Talos figured if about an hour of good surgery, they may be able to repair, kind of eliminate the control device that they use on Vong put into them, but it need a pretty stable work area and not in the middle of a planet that's going through something dire. After that, the group also kind of after looking through, they found a deep tunnel as well as a kind of a floating like membrane shaped creature floating above this deep tunnel that went directly into the core of Vela, where Dash was able to see kind of explosions and reactions and realized that they had dug straight through to the core of the planet, destabilizing the core and directly over Cabana gas repository. And with that, too, kind of sparking and blowing up there, they were able to kind of blow up the planet a bit. And you see that they were kind of that reaction going off. You saw it kind of triggering and just destabilizing the planet. And you saw the crew having to band together to race out of the facility and make their way back to Talos's ship. And once they merged on there, they were able to load up and after doing some tricky flying and kind of coming together as a group, they were able to make their way out of the planet's orbit. And right as they did so, they saw that the planet began to kind of shake itself apart with geysers of flame, explosions, earthquakes happening, just as the planet completely destabilized and eventually exploded. And kind of at the same time, you guys were able to get into the ship. You also saw that there was a pitched battle going on in orbit. From both sides of the poles, you saw both the newer or the Republic as well as the Sith Dominion battling not each other for once, but what looked to be asteroid coral-like creatures in the stars, just spewing molten rocks at the kind of the galaxy ships, pushing them and hurting them closer and closer to the unexploded planet. And when it went up and kind of a big explosion, you saw that much of the both Dominion and Sith fleets were caught in the wreckage, kind of wiping most of them out. After making your way into orbit, you guys saw two situations unfolding pretty much at the same time. Geert noticed the refugee convoy, the pushy man with the flyer tried to convince him to join, just really waving in his face. He saw that they were able to at least make their way off the planet before it exploded. But unfortunately, he saw them being harried by hordes of those Yuuzhan Vong kind of one man fighters, the coral skippers, just blasting into them, and they needed assistance if they wanted to survive. But at the same time, you also saw on the other side, kind of the pole, or what would have been the planetary pole, you saw the command shuttle for the Republic taking off and or kind of flying through the wreckage of Velia, trying to fend off their own Yuuzhan Vong attackers. After some debate, the crew decided that there's kind of protecting both the general as well as the Jedi Master probably would be the best choice for the group and the war effort as a whole. They decided to go to General Vetk's aid and kind of steer the ship in that direction. That's actually where we're going to pick off. So far, you guys are still outside of the Vong threat radius. You are in just kind of the ruins of Vela. You see rocks, and this is like not like a in pictures. It's not like kind of Alderaan, or it looked like a pretty clean, just like disintegration. Some asteroids and rocks around there. This you see large floating chunks of the planet kind of floating around, bits and pieces of mountains, rocks and canals, even like bits of the city floating. You see kind of a chunk of a skyscraper just hurtling through the orbit, just kind of expanding outward. You know, this is going to be a pretty perilous flight through. It's pretty dangerous to make your way through the ruins. You guys are fortunate that Geert had a hot hand behind the stick initially and was able to kind of maneuver you out of the blast radius. But you guys are still in the thick of the wreckage. So you guys got some time of it as you make your way through. So that's where we'll kick it off. Actually, I want two checks before we kick it off. Geert, give me Geert's a charisma caster, right?
Yeah, he is.
Give me a charisma saving throw. And while he's doing that, Caesar, give me an animal handling check. And Caesar, I'm going to give you. So I'll lay down my mechanic for this. You're going to have 3 small checks today with the animal handling, and then 1 big one. So the 3 small ones are going to add pluses and minuses to your big one. It's going to be a real hard animal handling check for that big one. But if you succeed, you may have your very own app staff.
Nice.
Or
to give it the girth and full on stick. But if he does hit it, it would be cool. So animal handling.
Yep. Sweet.
So
So
good start.
guys are kicking it off well. So 2 different polls on this one. So Geert, you kept it together as you were flying through, but the force is roiling right now. You've been around death, you've been around carnage, but not on such a crazy scale. Like you feel you're disciplined. You've been around the block, so you're able to keep yourself in control. But you literally, as you were flying through kind of the out of orbit of Vela, you just felt millions of voices cry out and then were quickly extinguished. Just pain, suffering, just out of a magnitude that you've probably never come across in your travels before.
so as that hits him, he's probably just gonna sit there and grit through it. He knows he knows it's important that they gotta get the hell out of here, but there'll be just like tears coming out the side of his eyes. Like it's a lot to take in. It's sensory overload. It's what's like synesthesia almost. Just it's too much. Never something he's experienced before. But he's just gritting it and holding it down as best he can.
Nice.
Deal with it later when there's time.
Perfect. And Caesar, you surprisingly are able to get a good success in on this one, and you're able to just like you see that like a snake unwrap its head from your arm. It looks like it's gonna take a bite at you. How do you calm it down, or how do you don't make it docile again?
I imagine Caesar just has this aura around him whenever he's just being himself. And when he starts to see this thing's teeth, he shows his own pearly whites. And I think that's enough. Just the smile is enough to give the sense of oh god, oh no, oh god, oh no, oh. And as such, boy, howdy, it's weird. I usually emote a lot, and now I just saw myself do it.
That's always a hard part. Between this and then just work, I feel like I'm in front of a camera like all day nowadays. But yeah,
So yeah, he's just given the aura.
you see it kind of reach or kind of lean forward, but then kind of initially coil its arm around you, and you've got one success in there. So we'll see if the luck continues on that side. Perfect. But yeah, so you guys, after all of that, you see General Vetk's shuttle in the distance. You see just hordes of Yuuzhan Vong, and kind of actually, who is probably would be Talus usually. Who wants to be manning scanners right now? Or sensors.
Who can actually do it?
Is that something the coordinator would do or no?
Oh yeah, that would fit. Yeah, so you go into the ship on that side and click that and roll a sensors check. I don't know if you guys have sensors. So if you don't have sensors, just roll a wisdoms check.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Sensors would be one of the suites, right?
No, so it would be so if you had sensors, base sensors is just one of the skills on there. But you guys just don't have proficiency in sensors. So you always have sensors, but you just don't have
Oh,
kind
it's
of like
one of
that.
the skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we have sensors, and if we do,
I don't think you do now that I think about it.
We don't
So
seem to have like
listen.
any proficiencies.
Oh. Between dealing with the Empress and trying to get comms to work, Caesar might be just a teeny bit distracted.
And with the comms too, you just continually you gotta get in that outside of like that brief burst where the General Vetk was able to get through. You just see hordes and hordes of static on the other end of the line. As you try to reach out, you probably guess actually with your scanner, you're not going to see too much, but you probably guess they've done something to the HoloNet receiver and are probably somehow actively jamming the area too.
One of those weird gravity beetles, but different, most likely. At least that's what will be running through his head, as he is desperately trying to get all this tech to work here.
As you try to get that going, so how are you guys proceeding? As I said, it's kind of a little bit of a not a minefield, but it's definitely a little bit of an obstacle course. As you see, just the ruins of Velia, just kind of the once scenic planet, just bursting around you, just different rocks, pieces of the world, making it quite treacherous to travel through. How are you guys crossing there?
But Garrett would be, your typical minefield or asteroid field, kind of looking out almost like 20 steps ahead to know where he's got to be and trying to use the force to sense like a proper path, but also going at an appropriate speed. Like he's not fat. It'd be good to get out of here fast, but he also knows that that's the quickest way to blow yourself up, because the force is not just an energy field that binds everything. It's also mass times acceleration, and we can get crushed here pretty easily.
Perfect. So I'll give you your choice of maneuvering or charisma save at disadvantage.
Oh, so what is maneuvering on here?
So it should be in the ship because you guys do have maneuvering.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ship. I just don't know.
So if you look in the where the tools section should be, it should be in there. Let me pull up your ship real quick.
Okay, we have data.
Oh, so you should have maneuvering in there too, because you have the piloting proficiency, right?
I do have piloting proficiency, yeah.
Oh, well, let me add that in real quick.
Okay, perfect.
So
I was trying to make heads or tails of everything on this sheet, but I didn't.
So it
quite
should
know
be
what
there
everything was.
now. I'm not sure if it updates automatically. You have to refresh.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
All right,
Oh.
so that's a dexterity. We'll go with the ships.
Sweet.
See how this baby handles.
Gear, you get it going, and you easily kind of maneuver through. Actually, I wouldn't say easily. It takes some strain, but you're able to get the ship through without anything touching it. You're kind of maneuvering around those big blocks of rock, kind of even some of the kind of spurting out flames and explosions that are still racking the planet, and nothing scrapes the ship. Nothing kind of comes too close or makes you too nervous as you maneuver through.
This is nothing. Been through the asteroid fields of Rochi before. Nothing. Got this. What's ahead of us? Like, does he see anything in the immediate vicinity, or?
Definitely. You guys still see the General Vet's ship a little ways in the distance, but as you are kind of maneuvering through, you do see kind of two rocks hurtling towards you guys, and they do look like they are on a pretty close intercept course. You may be able to maneuver around them, but they're coming in quick, and especially from kind of little different angles, like they're just kind of bounced off each other and are converging at you from different paths.
So going
Yeah.
faster might be better?
Actually, Caesar is going to be taking the direct action. And with the direct action, basically it's like the help action. And he's going to be giving that for attacking over to Dash. Names are hard to remember. Over to Dash, just with a very quick order of just light it up.
Yeah, so Dash is still trying to figure out the turret here, get orientated, and he'll take a shot at the rock. And I don't see the like weapons in here. I'm not sure.
Should be there, I thought.
I think it does. Lots and lots of missiles.
Oh yeah, so you've got missiles, but you should also have the.
It's DLC number 1 and number 2. It's the dual,
Yeah.
I think dual laser cannon is what it is.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
nice. Okay, cool. Yeah. So does that give me advantage then on the?
Yes.
What?
Nice. All right.
And I have a question. Since they're very similar but are named differently, I want to know how you'd rule the. Which one was it? I have a feature that allows me to give the help action as a bonus action. Would that help with the direct action or no?
So definitely, that one does have a range. I think it's what 30 feet.
Which one, the direct action or the feature?
The direct, I think you can do anybody on the ship, but I think the feature has a range. So that would just kind of depend where you're standing on that. It's like I think you have to be able to see him too, right?
Additionally, I don't know if that's part of the base help action. I always thought it was though.
So I think with that one, and we'll take a look up a little bit later, but you do have to see him. So if you do want to hang out with Dash, kind of in the gunner area, you could do so, but it would kind of preclude you from helping out people in the cockpit area. Direct, you can do anybody on the ship, though.
Garrett don't want no backseat driving anyway. You're good. You can help him out back there.
It may be a stretch, but since Caesar is the coordinator, with him being on comms, would that basically effectively give him line of sight or no?
Unfortunately, it would for the direct, because direct you can hit anybody in the ship, but not unfortunately for the help one.
All right. So in that case, that'll be Caesar, since he ain't gonna be a backseat driver.
Would Vars be aware of because he's making his way more towards the engines? Would he be aware of what's going on?
Definitely. So you could probably get like a little bit of a heads up on your just kind of looking through the ship, kind of seeing what's going on that side, and probably have some people yelling asteroids incoming.
Can I use the engine tuning adventure?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so my tech die at first level, that'd be a 1d4, right?
Mhm.
So I'll throw it out there because there we go.
Sweet. Yeah, so roll me 1d4.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
solid.
these are asteroids coming in, right? Not the.
These look like just standard bits, or these look like chunks of Vela, not like
Okay.
the Vong
Okay.
ships. Yeah.
Okay.
We
Yeah. I
can
was like,
take
uh-oh.
no chances.
Oh, perfect.
Vroom, vroom.
Well, Dash, how does it look as you blow apart one of those asteroids?
Yeah, so I'll take the asteroid, I guess, on my left or starboard, I think, on a ship. I haven't been on a ship in 15 years, or boat at least.
I have no clue.
So that side of me, and I'll just kind of spin around and I'll like overcorrect a few times as I'm trying to figure out. But then I hear Caesar to kind of lines me in, gets my shot lined up, and I take a shot and I hit it square on, and it just kind of splits apart.
Perfect. You see that asteroid kind of split and splinter, and rocks kind of go flying through, but safely away from the ship. And when that goes off, Vars, what do you do to boost the engine? How does that either? How do you boost the engine, and what does it look like as those engines kind of kick in?
Well, this is all incredibly unfamiliar tech. I'm like, all right, I think I know what I'm doing. And he kind of like, well, this looks like it might be the right, and then it kicks into gear, and all of a sudden the ship is just it's a good it's a good thing it's in space, otherwise you I feel like it'd pull out from under him. He's like has to kind of hold himself, like, oh geez, okay, all right, that was the right move.
Perfect. Well, you guys see that the engine's blaring as you guys launch forward and gear. You're able to maneuver around that remaining asteroid and get you guys pretty close to spitting distance with the poor general and his shuttle. So you guys see the Vong just blasting around, just kind of. You see the shuttle's trying to maneuver through, and you see its guns blaring, but you see just blast after blast chucking into its shields. You do see there's a little bit of damage, looks like on the hull of the ship. It's definitely not doing in great shape. You guys have still a little bit of distance to hit there. Are you guys doing anything special as you approach the battlefield?
So we have this thing. Where is it? Evasive maneuvers. I don't know where it's from. But it'll add. We can roll the die and add a D4 and multiply by 50 and get extra movement. Would that stack with the engine tuning?
So the engine tuning, unfortunately, was just to get past the asteroid, but you could definitely do that. Got to get a little bit of extra
Okay.
maneuvering room as you go. Get in
Yeah,
there.
I think I would try to do that, and then as we get nearer, Garrett wants to, holler back to them on the guns and try to line up a firing solution for them, and I'll do that boost weapons action. I think it's an action.
You guys are still too far out from range, but
Oh,
you
are
definitely,
we?
yeah. So you guys are kind of just,
Oh, well then,
yeah.
can we boost the engines and get more, even more speed?
Sure, yeah.
Or is this like you do one of them, one or the other?
Yeah, you can definitely boost the engines.
Okay, and I think that
or-
takes a. Let's see, what is that? DC 12 strength boost check. Do you just do a strength check?
Yep. If you guys don't have the boost, that would just be a strength check.
Oh, not good.
So unfortunately, not able to boost it, but you do kind of get the systems rolling. You feel the engines rattle a little bit. Seems like that last push through took a lot out of it, but it's definitely feeling in good shape.
It's like we could still do this, right?
Oh yeah, definitely still do that.
It's like I know a few other maneuvers, guys. Don't worry. He's just kind of embarrassed. So that should add another 150.
Perfect. All right. What's the rest of the crew? Anything else you guys are doing as you kind of hurtle towards the general and the attacking Yuuzhan Vong?
Another attempt at the comms, perhaps?
Perfect. Give me a technology or probe check with so technology check from yourself at disadvantage or a probe check from the ship.
And I don't think it has skill in probe.
I thought you guys had probe. Oh, it's data you guys have. Oh, yeah. So, fortunately, yeah, so
Yeah.
either a technology from you at disadvantage or a intelligence check for the ship.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the intelligence for the ship.
All right.
Would I be? You can't give yourself the help action. I almost.
You can, unfortunately, because I think your bonus action feature says it has to be somebody else.
That's
Yeah.
the self-help action, which not a part of 5e.
Yeah. You get muffled bits kind of through. You kind of cleared up just a little bit. You hear General Vet on there, kind of just Republic ship 665, Republic Command Shuttle, General Vet need assist. And you just kind of hear static running through the line. And you just see the ship duking and dodging, just really kind of giving their all. You see, and actually, anybody who's proficient in piloting, give me a piloting check. Oh, and Garrett, you're proficient in piloting too. Yes, just give me a piloting check.
Just a piloting check. Okay, I gotta find the right sheet. Here we go. Oh, distracted from all the stuff, the force and the planet breaking up. It's hard.
You take a look at the ship, and you just got they fly pretty good. I guess that's a good Republic pilot. That's a good. Perfect. Oh, let me get that battle map up for you guys. As you guys see the Republic shuttle, just kind of just having some trouble as all this craziness is going on with them. So let me bring them up. Oh, and while we do that too, I'll let you guys decide how you all want to do inspiration. Initiative. So it's gonna be a group turn, but do you guys want to roll initiatives and take the average, or do you just want to do one check with the ship?
That's a good question.
I believe in the ship.
Yeah, this ship is a high quality ship. It's got their back.
Got a good pilot. It'll
Yeah.
should be all right.
Yeah.
I think I might have a bonus of some kind to that. That adds to AC. Oh, it adds to the dexterity, the maneuver check. I can add
Yeah.
half my mod to the result, which I didn't realize. But
I have heads up.
what's heads up? What's that do?
Nice.
So long as we're not surprised, I can roll one of our power dice and add it to our initiative.
Nice.
Perfect. Yeah, so you
Oh,
guys.
and it affects.
Oh, go ahead.
It affects friendly ships as well.
Perfect. Well, everybody,
nice.
roll me one initiative for the ship then.
Just do the one, and it's not advantage, right? You're just adding.
Just the regular initiative for that.
Hey, there we
Oh.
go.
Sorry, that was it sent it from mine.
Oh, Doris.
Whoops.
Yeah,
Perfect.
same initiative as the ship. So, right, two. Yeah.
And then power die. Those D4s.
They are.
Let Caesar roll that one.
All right, roll me a power die, Caesar.
Don't screw it up.
3.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nice, 19. That's solid.
If we got any allies here, they also get the 3.
They get
Yeah, because heads up
nice.
affects us and friendly ship. Yeah, it's
Oh,
nice.
Sweet. All right, that works out
That is
well.
nice.
All right, well, let me get the other guys into initiative. Oh, actually, let me transition the map too, so you guys can see. All right, so and as you guys kind of approach this field, you see just really unique craft. Because you saw some of them on the scanners, but this is just kind of your first up close in a way view of these sleek craft. Oh, and you guys are going to be coming from right side of the screen too, or kind of the bottom side of the screen. So you guys are coming out of it with this wreckage at the bottom, or the asteroid field at the bottom. You guys see just kind of looks like a little bit of a clearer space ahead, but you see just these kind of purplish, looks like kind of corally type, similar to what the tunnels you've seen below. They've got like a real kind of a rock like a good skipping rock like formation. You see they're kind of in that wedge with a little bumped up canopy, and they've got vines growing through the rock, and you kind of see them pumping as they move. And these guys, one of the weird things you notice too is you don't really see like a propulsion trail. You don't see any propulsion trail. It looks just to be like almost like they're just floating through space, but they're moving quickly. You see them juking and dodging, hurling rocks at them. At the kind of molten rock plasma at the command shuttle, and just getting pretty vicious, it looks like. And you guys see this is just a small subset of battle. As you guys are able to make your way outside the asteroid field, you see these coral skippers and larger ships just surrounding and pounding on the remaining kind of Republic and Dominion forces, just blasting into them, just making it pretty, like, it looks like it's going to be a clear route as their capital ships do battle. Their coral skippers float through the Republic fleet, just hurling plasma at the different shuttles, and you see them kind of boring through holes and explosions all around. It definitely looks to be a grim scene over what used to be the planet Velia. Let me get these guys in initiative real quick.
Put that in the right spot where we were coming in from this area?
Oh, yep, that's perfect.
Okay.
But you just want to flip around, but that's good.
Wait, on the left side?
Like spin the ship so it's facing forward. That's the only thing.
I have no idea how to do that.
I'll spin it. There we go. Sweet, somebody got it.
Oh, okay. How do you do that?
If you click on it, there'll be like a little top thingy, and you can kind of like spin it.
Oh, okay. I was looking for like some sort of option to turn it. Okay. And then how do we get our... I rolled for me. Do I just roll initiative for the ship and then change it to what we got?
Oh, yep, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
You see those purple things, these small fighters, but you do see what looks to be a bigger shuttle, or a bigger kind of like attack craft. It's kind of a similar kind of rocky exterior, but you see it doesn't have the purple, and it looks like it's a little bit heftier, a little bit bigger, and just a little better armed as well. From what you could guess from the alien and foreign tech.
I can't unsee SpongeBob saying, "It's not just a boulder, it's a rock with these things."
All right. So the copies of Coral Skippers are up first. So you see kind of the Coral Skippers surrounding the craft begin to light up, and you see they begin just pounding on the poor Republic shuttle. Let me take some turns for these guys. So you see the one on the left goes and just heats up, and you see a molten glob of plasma just burst forward and make its way towards the crew. Luckily, so you see whoever's got behind the stick has a pretty hot hand, and it just flies right past them. And who else is copy? Up the other guy's a copy. And you see the other guy kind of next to him takes a shot as well. This one looks like it's a little bit truer. You see him kind of angle through, you see a blast go forth. It just kind of rocks the shuttle shields. They're holding right now, but definitely looks like it's taking some punishment, and it's definitely in a little bit of a rough spot, in need of assistance, I'll say. All right. So that one is up. This guy is going to move forward. And he's gonna he sees you guys jumping into the fray. He's gonna invite you guys to play. Who would like to make so this one usually I would say the technician, but who wants to make a constitution saving throw for the ship?
We don't add modifiers to that, do we?
Nope, it would just be the ship's roll.
No, I mean I could do it.
All right, roll constitution.
Oh, there's so many tabs.
Hey, nice.
Solid. You see that coral skipper fly up, and you see actually you don't see anything, but you feel the ship start to rock. You see your shield gauge kind of flash and red, and you maneuver around it. You're able to kind of bolster the shields, keep everything up, but you can kind of surmise like you didn't kind of expertly angle that. They would have took your shields down. They would have just ripped their shields right off the ship. I kind of felt, and you saw like everybody or one of the person on the ship. Give me a scan check, and I don't think you guys have scans, so give me a wisdom check.
I'll go for it.
All right. You saw those gravity kind of flaring up and going wild. You can't really you're making the sensors are just hard to read with all the chaos of going on right now. But it just and you see the ship kind of looking at you. It looks like it's slowed down a bit to do that, but you're not really sure what's going on with the ship. But you know that if something went wrong, you could have lost your shields right there.
Caesar doesn't often have a face of, oh no. This is one of those times when he's got the face of, oh no.
Perfect. Guys, seeing. Yes, it's the Republic Command Shuttle's turn. So you see them kind of whip around and begin to kind of get their guns blazing. They are maneuvering a little bit closer to you as they go. And you see that they've got, as they kind of turn, two turrets light up and begin blasting at the two craft by them. And so let me see how they roll on that side. Perfect. So you see the right one light up first, and then the left one go. Right guy got a little bit over eager, but the one on the left blast true. And you see him, he's taking a shot at the ship on the left before he turned his freighter. And you guys get to see one of their features before you actually had to make an attack. So, oops. He's going kind of maneuvering towards the ship, your guys' ship, as he goes. But as you see that turbo or laser cannon blast head off from that Republic command ship, you see there's singularities open up and just swallow it whole. So you see that ship on the left-hand side just open up a little bit of a black hole and just eat that attack. Anybody outside of Caesar, make me a wisdom check as that goes on.
Anybody else want to?
Using the ship stats?
Using the ship stats. Or your stats at disadvantage, your choice.
Not much better.
Okay, I don't think this is a problem with the crew at this point. The ship might need some fine tuning, and the
Gotta get some calibrations going.
All need the baby.
where's the Turian
what
when you need
now?
one?
Yeah, you kind of man the scanners and you're in the engine room seeing some of the feedback from the different ship functions, and this just gets really kind of crazy. Like you look the little viewport they've got in the engine room or the engineer's room, and you see it just swears like a black hole just appeared out of nowhere in front of the ship and just sucked up the blast that was coming towards it.
like under his helmet, Vars is just like sick of this black hole stuff. He saw it on the planet. He's seeing it now, and it's like, oh, so this is just all over their stuff. Wonderful.
Does anyone like in character? Does any of our characters even know how to approach that? Like how to respond to that?
Keep shooting till I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's what Dash would suggest.
That's what Dash did last time. That's what
It worked.
Fair enough.
So-
fair enough.
Does it bear any resemblance to something we might have seen, like something we might have, something like an analogous problem that we actually do know how to solve, or versus like I'm really not describing this very well. Like, does that look like something we've seen before somewhere else in the galaxy?
Oh no, this looks something completely foreign.
But I mean, like that
uh,
effect where something pulls it in, like a. I mean,
Oh
I don't
yeah,
wanna
it looks
say-
like a black
I don't want
hole.
to say the word.
Yeah, it looks definitely, yeah. So if you compared it to a
But yeah.
singularity or a black hole, yeah, you'd be spot on
Okay.
that side.
So I guess that's what I was going for. Like, do we know enough about those to maybe have some ideas, some wild
Uh,
ideas on what to do? I mean, he's
make
Geert's traveled the
a
space lanes a while. Might have seen something, but
technology or nature check.
oh, I'm sure I have those in abundance. A technology or nature, you said?
Yep.
Which one is worse? I guess they're both the same. Ooh, tech. Oh wait, that is the ship. Oh,
No,
I changed- yep.
No, it was still your role, but it was, for some reason that's
Yeah.
from the ship.
I had the wrong name selected.
I can try to give it a shot there. I got a decently clear view of it in the turret.
Yeah, you take a look. It definitely is kind of a black hole. You haven't tech like this is just like something you really haven't seen before, but you're familiar with tech. You know that would take a great deal of energy, and that energy has to come from somewhere. And you know that on a small fighter like that, it's either weapons, maneuvering, something's going to suffer by using that ability.
To make him use it a lot.
All right. And somebody just roll me a d20. Luckily, Geert got that one first. Geert, and I think actually on comms. Caesar, you hear a bit spark to life. And you hear General Vet's on there, and he goes, "Republic shuttle reporting in. This is General Vet. We got to get the criff out of here. Thanks for coming to our assistance. Reporting in. Who's flying the Nova? Is it Zerka?"
And would the image just slowly clear up for them, seeing Caesar, two heads strapped to his side, empty staff on the wrist, covered in his own blood and the blood of the lizard lads. Him just giving that smile. Could that be the response?
Oh, for sure.
I'm down with it.
Who is this? Oh, Chris.
So you see, like the general had he's a pretty taciturn guy, but he had a smile on. There's a little bit of hope in his voice as you saw the shuttle swoop in and begin to assist. And you see his face just kind of slowly fall back into his military mask, kind of that stern face he usually wears. He looks over and just goes, "Griffin hell!" And you hear one of the soldiers goes, "What's wrong, General? What's wrong?" He just waves to the screen, and you hear another person go, "Griffin made it off planet."
Yeah. And so Dash will jump on the comms and just be like, "General, this is Corporal Dash. I'm on the gunner. Don't you worry, we got you covered. Finest pilots in the Republic."
And you see him just go, what? Thank you. I thousands of Republic soldiers dead, and you two survive. Yeah. All right.
It's just to be a little smart, though, we completed our mission. Also, the planet is exploding.
You see him like he's like talking through his teeth. He's like, yeah, good criffing job. You stated the obvious there. We need your assistance though, and I will appreciate it, Republic troopers. And you see him just he goes he moves to cancel the feed, but he goes, our hyperdrive is damaged. We're gonna need assistance getting out of here. If you guys could, before you make the jump, connect with us, and we'll just hitch a ride with you. You sterling examples of the Republic Army.
I'm so sorry. You sort repeat that last part. Got lost in the feed.
You see him just really grind his teeth. Like, you kind of see him look back. You hear the Jedi Master go, just give him this one. And he goes, we need your help, you sterling examples of the Republic military. Please.
All you had to do was ask. And Caesar will turn off the calls to them and tell the crew that basically the information he got. Their hyperdrive's out. They need to hitch a ride.
Perfect. Did I move? Oh, I did not move. It was just a ship's turn. All right. So one of the other coral skippers is up. You see them hurling through space. They are going to take a pot shot at the General's craft. They're going to shoot that. That'll hit. And they're going to make this a crippling shot, too. So 14 damage. You see that General's shields flicker a bit, but they are still riding strong right now. But you can definitely see that their damage is piling on for them. They're getting near the end of their rope. And it's the ship's crew's turn. So with this being the medium ship, you guys all get to take your turn. You guys get shield points refreshed back. If you're down any, you get 8 shield points back, as well as 1 power dice. So you guys should be full up for shields and full up for power dice. And you guys can all take your turn all at once.
Oh.
And if you guys needed to, I included the astrogation rules and group rules too.
So, I've got something that can boost our. I can boost someone's attack with a bonus action or an action by giving them advantage, and then I can also give them with my bonus action advantage on the damage roll if that attack goes through. But
Nice.
I wanted to know about they want us to board and get them across. How long does that take?
Oh, so they don't want you to, or they want you to kind of dock. So just kind of like extend, like if you get close enough, they've got a little hatch where they can kind of just almost hook on to the ship. So
they don't need to cross; they just need to hook on and then hitch a ride with us into hyperspace. Is that the gist?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like Rebel,
so they'll still be able to keep their ship. But it will take somebody will need kind of on both ships to use one action to kind of have everything dock up.
Okay, I was just kind of wondering. I'm like, they didn't want us to just wait and transfer them all over, right? That takes minutes. That's not.
Yeah, that's not something you guys can do right now.
Okay.
Caesar will take care of getting everything connected on that side. Something he's definitely going to hang over the General's head later on.
Okay. Let me take a quick look so I make sure I know how to do this right.
Though I will mention, though, and as you're kind of looking that up, if you guys do, it kind of depends on when you want to latch. Because if you do latch, you're going to have disadvantage on kind of maneuvering, dexterity saves. It's going to make it a little ungainly as you guys attach 2 big ships to each other. So it's one of those ones, depending on how you guys want to do the strategy, it's going to get, because it's going to be difficult terrain. It's going to half your speed, too. So maybe if you want to do it and kind of go with them, or wait till you jump and kind of connect up. So that's kind of up to you guys how you want to strategize that out.
So we'd have to. It takes 150, I think, is our turn speed, and that's to turn 90 degrees.
That's right.
Direction. Okay. And then what's our firing arc? Like
so with
this
dashes
right now, right?
With dashes, he can shoot anywhere. He's got 360 because of his modifications.
Oh, okay.
With the missile launcher, it would be like, did I put that cone? I did not put the 90-degree cone. So let me pour it over a cone that I use for Rogue Squadron. But basically, think of it as a cone that's going to be going out right from the tip of your ship over here, out that way. But I'll port
So
that cone over while we're talking.
here I will. I'll post the ability. It requires a power die, but that's my bonus action. It would give the next attack roll an advantage, and then if it hits,
Okay.
you add the damage in. And then there was something, I think, just in general. I don't know. God, there's so much to know. Oh, the boost weapons. I would do that as my action, which is just you do the DC 12 strength check, and then on a success, you get advantage on the damage roll.
Perfect.
I was thinking if we did that, so if we moved hypothetically up here, and then we could fire, and then that should then we'd have to turn.
So you'd have to turn to kind of make those maneuvers there.
So then, how much? I guess what would the speed be to get up alongside it, based on how we are now?
Depends on which way you want to face. So you could move 50 and then do like a partial turn. What's your guys' turn speed again?
I believe it's 150.
150. So you guys could do
400
100.
if we're if we're gonna do like a 180. I assume it's what, about 400?
Oh yeah, 180 would be or 300 if you guys have a 150-degree turning arc. But if you wanted to get kind of up next to him and kind of face the ship all the way forward, you could move up there, use a partial turn, which would just take 100 feet, and then kind of
And then
angle.
turn around and okay. So you do this, and then flip around.
I could try to hit the engine, make us go a bit faster. Maybe that'll close the gap.
I was gonna see what
Give us a-
everybody wanted to do. I'm just trying to figure out how this actually works because I think I've done space by completely different rules the entire time I played Star Wars 5e. So
Well, it may have been the old rules that you've used.
well, the old rules weren't even very good either.
So
But it's just so much to know.
question then. So this guy and this guy, I know they did stuff to us. I know this guy burned a lot of energy to do it. Do they still look like they're like maneuvering and they're fight capable, or does it look like that literally drained them and they're kind of temporarily out of the fight?
Definitely. If you'd like to use your bonus action, I'll let you make a regular perception check to see perception or technology check to see how they're doing.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
And I'll give you both too. Yeah.
Perception. Ooh,
Or technology, your choice.
we'll do technology.
You're not able to get a good read on this guy over here, but you were already looking pretty closely at that guy. You saw that after he lit up that used his kind of Dovan base to create that black hole, the singularity. His ship looked like it slowed way down. You probably guessed that it looks like his speed is halved right now, as the ship is using so much of its energy to kind of suck in that blaster that came towards it.
Okay.
And not sure exactly what happened to Blue Guy, but with him you kind of surmise with him trying to use so much energy to bring your shields down, something probably happened to him after using that ability too.
Okay.
What's the range on our cannons? I don't think it says.
We can. I think it's 800.
I think so. So
Yeah.
80 square.
So I can just start taking some pop shots if you guys want.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Did we want to pull up alongside? You fire off some shots, and then I'll do my action and bonus action to give you advantage, hopefully on attack and damage, and then
Yeah, sure.
use the rest of the movement to turn around. You guys should still have the firing arcs, right?
Yeah, mine's 360, so it won't matter.
Okay. So I think that guy.
Yeah, so I'll take a shot
Yeah.
against that guy.
Yeah.
No, so I'll have advantage. And so 19.
19, that'll hit. Which one are we shooting at again?
The one that was slowed.
This guy,
So I
perfect.
have, so I had advantage on that. So a 10 on the damage.
Sweet. Let me roll a d10.
That had advantage,
That is max.
but it shouldn't have had advantage on the strength save. So
Oh, nice. That was.
you don't get the advantage on the damage roll. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still
Uh,
actually rolled.
Either
max
way, you still
damage
got
first
maxed,
roll, so-
yeah. So, how do you take down that craft? You see, like it's struggling to kind of do that same trick it did again, but you see it's just not quick enough to get that field up, and eventually it just fails, and your blast goes through. How does that look for it?
Yeah, so after getting a little pep talk from the general, him pumping me up, telling me how good I am, and I see he's kind of slowed down, so I kind of trace his path. It's kind of an easy, almost shooting at fish in a barrel there because of the reduced speed, and I'll just hit him where I think is the most vulnerable, which is where I see kind of the molten rocks firing out of.
You hit that spot, you see flames erupting from the center of it that spread through the rest of the craft. You see it just explode at a pretty dazzling display.
All right, nice.
All right.
Oh no, and I used my bonus action, so I can't explosive shot. All right, next time.
Perfect. We've got Dash, we've got Geared. What's the rest of the crew doing?
Well, I have a question.
Definitely.
So, Caesar's attempted this on one of the Yuuzhan Vong before, but it didn't go too well. Does it seem like these pilots, would they be immune to being scared?
Give me an intelligence check. A save.
With just Caesar or with the ship?
Oh, with yourself. Yeah, you could do a regular too. Seems like everybody's scared. You killed people across the galaxy. Why shouldn't these people be scared of you?
Okay, so Caesar can do one of two things. Are we ready to attach the stuff for the ship?
I believe so. We pulled up alongside it and turned. Is that?
Yep, Caesar can do that, or he can do the overwhelming presence, which is basically threatening, but with the ship.
Good luck with the charisma check here.
Fair enough. I could use Caesar's intimidation just at the disadvantage, right?
That's right.
Now, I feel like.
Unfortunately, though.
Yeah, unfortunately. So Caesar's just like, I could do that, or hang this over the general's head. And so he's gonna go with the more long-term, you owe me a favor kind of deal, and get the ship hooked up together.
All right.
Man after my own heart. I'm hoping there's credits in this. That's why I saved the general and not the refugees. The Republic has credits and they don't.
So why did you help the Republic instead of these innocent people? They're poor. The people are poor.
They don't got no money.
My pockets are empty. I need a payday. That was my payday and it blew up.
Oh man.
Perfect. So who's next? Well, we've got Vars, what are you doing?
I mean, all I can really do on my turn is either help us gain back shields, but I don't think we can be of a big damage, right? Or make the ship go faster.
Can't you fire? Or do
Yeah.
both of them not have the arc?
You can just fire in a turret.
But I mean, is the ship?
If it has the 360 arc,
Yeah.
it should be able to do it.
I think
Yeah, I
just
think it's
one
got two.
does. Just one.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
just
only-
one of them. Okay.
Only one
Oh.
turret has the 360 or unlimited.
Well, we
The
were
rest of
faced.
Oh, gotcha.
We were faced the other way. Could we have said that we were faced that way, fired off, and then did our little bank
Sure,
around?
yeah, you can have
So
That work?
what's starboard and port? Is
Starboard
Starboard
to your
is
right.
Starboard
Yeah.
is to the right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll say you were in the right one, so when we were coming up, you would have, I think, had a firing angle on them.
Um,
I'll be in the port side.
would that be DLC 2? The laser cannon 2?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, it moved. All right. Off it goes. Ooh, resounding 11.
Unfortunately, you see the Vong craft just kind of easily maneuver around it.
I'm gonna make my way back to the engines.
All right. Oh, Talos, are you on?
Yes, I am
Oh, sweet.
fashionably late, right?
Oh, yeah, no worries, man.
I am just standing by, considering the urgency of the situation and how many enemy craft are out there. I am ready to get our shield repaired if need be.
Perfect. And you guys, so I'll give you a little with the hit too. So you guys know the astrogation rules. I included them on the right in the group rules there too. But you all know to jump to hyperspace, it does take some calculations.
Yep.
So in case anybody wants to start preparing on that side.
Oh yeah, I guess we could do that.
Where's the group
Where is
rules
this?
thing?
In roll 20.
Oh, okay.
Where is this? Where is the portion where the two ships are connecting? Where would that put Caesar? In terms of like,
Yeah, so you're kind of like maneuvering away from like you're just outside of the cockpit. You're down a little bit through one of the corridors near the airlock as you're kind of releasing like the docking claw.
so I'm not able to see anyone.
Ooh, that's a nice Mark 1 central computer we got there. Yeah. Naturally equipped for intelligence checks and gains advantage on astrogation checks. That's pretty nice.
True.
Yeah, very nice.
Somebody gonna make an astrogation check, or is anybody able to? Oh, Talos, you still have your action in case you want to. If you want to try out an astrogation check.
In that case, yeah, I would definitely use my action for that. What kind of roll? Excuse me. That
So
is
that's
data check.
intelligence on that side. So I don't think you guys have the astrogation skill, but luckily you'll make it at advantage due to the Novacona.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
Good job,
nice.
Jarvis. All right, here we go. Good luck.
Solid.
Nice.
Nat 20 on that. So I forgot what that's going to get you. So you begin making those calculations. That's a 26. That's masterful. You, Talon, say this is your ship, and you're a scientist. You know how to begin charting and kind of how to get the hyperspace pulled up expertly. And you get 4 equations done this round out of the 10 you need.
Nice. I'm gonna expect heavily that Jarvis helped a lot with the quantum math that was involved in this. He's like, correction, sir. Add 3 there. Oh, quite right. Yes.
100%. Perfect. Well, you guys are able to, you see, you kind of feel that clump as you guys are able to dock with the Republic Command Shuttle and then get those 4 checks out of 10. And you see the Coral Skippers begin buzzing around again. So you see this one is going to, he's going to try Yaz out again. So you see him move forward. And whoever would like to, give me a Constitution save for the ship.
I'll let someone else have the pleasure.
No,
Right. Yeah, I'll do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have advantage. You're a medium ship. Oh, I forgot to mention. Yeah, so if you're using a medium ship, you have advantage. So one more.
Oh. Can I defiant that?
Can I defiant that?
I'm trying that.
So one of you guys, whoever you'd like to, can defiant it.
All right, I'll try it. 1d4.
1d4.
Oh, there's a chance. No.
I thought you guys had better constitution than that, but yeah. Unfortunately, you guys feel the ship rock.
I think. Wait, actually, I don't think that was a roll with the ship. Because we actually have
No.
a con
Yeah, we
save.
have 3. We have a
3?
plus con.
Yeah. So that would put you good then with Dash using that because that'd be 9 plus Dash is defiant. Dash, what do you do
Yes,
as you
math.
feel those ships starting, shields starting to kind of pull and start to deteriorate around the craft?
Yeah. So as I'm kind of spinning around and enjoying the turret here, I'll stop and I'll be like, "Did you push the button? For the shields?" And he's like, "Oh yeah."
I'm in the middle of precise calculations. I can't manage everything.
Oh, the shield button.
The shield.
Is that the blue one or the red one?
Would you guys click that shield button? Do you feel a little bit of a jolt? And luckily, the shields remain. The ship stays intact. Oh, and I forget to roll that guy in initiative. I did forget to roll that guy in initiative.
No.
I'm like, where's the big guy at? Perfect. He still hasn't even gone yet, too.
Big guy.
Oh, I thought that was our friend. I was gonna move near him. Oh, thank God.
All right. So you see this craft begin to turn, and you see just blasters ripple across the ship. They're not blasters, just points of light, red kind of molten light, ripple across the ship. And you see 2 kind of exterior kind of ridges of the rock begin to swivel around. It looks like they've got full view of the battlefield, and you see both of them open up and take a shot. One at the Novacana, the other at the Republic Command Shuttle. So Novacana, luckily, Geert, you're able to easily dodge that blast, but the Republic ship is not so lucky. They take, I don't know why the sneak attack damage clicked, but they do take 7 damage. We kind of blasted in, and you see their shields flickering, but still currently holding right now. All right, the last coral skipper up here. He's going to move forward. He's going to take another shot at that Republic Command Shuttle. So you guys see them just kind of swarming. You see the blood in the water. They are just trying to destroy with all of their hearts.
This ship is looking really rough, ain't it?
The hull looks decent. There's some damage, looks some scoring. Looks like before the shields got on, but the hull looks all right. After this last hit, the shields flicker, and you see it take a while for them to come back up. It's definitely look at the shields getting to their last legs.
How much movement did it take Caesar to get to the point where he's attaching all the stuff?
Probably just about 30 feet.
Got it, so all the movement. Yeah. That would be.
All right. This guy's gonna dash. So you see the one up top that was kind of trailing behind. You see him just spark forward, just maneuvering with kind of all of his ship speed. And it's kind of weird as you see it move forward. Like you don't see any kind of hyperdrive trail or like any propulsion trail. You just see it almost like it wills itself quicker, and you see it kind of getting closer to on your guys' tail. All right, this guy is up. He's no longer blue. And he's going to get a little closer and take a shot at the Novacana. So you see him just swarming through asteroid-looking little skipper just buzzing. And you see the cannon open up and take a shot at the crew. But fortunately, you're hot on the sticks today and are easily able to avoid that blast. All right, their command shuttle is attached to you guys, so they can't move anymore. They're gonna keep opening up. So you see, they're gonna try to target that guy behind the crew. And you see two laser cannons blast off at that creature. Uh, Easily evades one, but the other may hit. So roll a d10. The other does hit. So you guys see the creature looks like it tries to bring kind of the black hole into bear, but luckily isn't able to do it quick enough. And you see the shuttle blast. Unfortunately, doesn't blast too well, but blast a bit of its rocky structure off. You see a chunk of rock go floating through the sky. All right, the copies are up. Yeah, this guy's gonna give it a go. So whoever'd like to give me another Constitution saving throw as you feel them lock onto your shields once again.
I think I'll throw my hat in there.
There we
this time
go.
around.
You have advantage too.
Advantage.
Nice.
Solid. You feel kind of that build up burning again, but fortunately, you are able to keep control of the ship and keep everything from failing, and just keep those shields blaring fine. All right, Novacana, you're up.
So are we slowed?
Yeah, you're slowed, so you have half movement speed, and you've got a disadvantage on dexterity and strength saves.
Oh, okay.
Real quick, I'm gonna just knock out the astrogation check.
Perfect.
Is there anything we can do to boost that at all? Help you?
So Caesar, you could probably give him a. I don't know. Do you? I don't think. Oh, actually, I don't think you have that one. Is there any coordinator bonuses you can give him outside of direct?
Yeah, he's already got-
Unfortunately, not. I took giving us some frighten and some initiative.
Yeah.
If I had some superiority dice, I could maybe help, but I'm fresh out of those.
Oh, good. I'm all the inspiration that I need. And
Yeah.
Jarvis and I, together, we do almost anything that is astrogation. Yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay, Jarvis, I get it. Just stop. I got it. All right. The math checks as I make all the changes that he's suggesting anyways. Advantage. Yes, data. Here we go. There it is.
Solid.
Nice.
Another good roll there. So that one I think is a +3, and pull up the astrogation chart. Yeah. So you could just kind of some excellent calculations on that side. Jarvis over there, like, sir, use your calculator. Here it goes here. Carry the 5. And between the two of you guys, you're able to just expertly plot out that route. And you guys are 7 out of 10 checks away. You guys are nearing the jump to hyperspace.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
So I think the only thing I could really do when we're docked like this is to just help speed us up a little bit more. So it's halved. So 350 would go to, what, 175? But if I could add 50 feet more, we get 200?
Yep, so if you could add 50 feet more, yeah, you get 200.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'd round down to 150.
So I was thinking of just boosting our engines, making that DC. It's a strength check. We don't have disadvantage on that, right?
Yeah, if it's a check, you don't. But any saves,
perfect.
you would.
Because that would allow us to get an extra 50 speed, which would be 200, which might help us stay out of the range of a few of these guys. Unless you can think of something else.
I'm gonna go ahead and boost the engines a bit with his engine tuning. And since that was a 4 on the last one that I did, would creative thinking kick in?
Would what kick in?
Creative thinking. If I roll a 1, it goes down. If I roll a max, if I roll a 4, it goes up.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that would kick in.
So let's roll a 1d6.
Sweet. So that pumps you guys up. Because that'd be 150 to your 170 or 150, so 300.
That's some movement.
Oh,
Like
is that
hand down.
total? That's total movement.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we're at, and I need to make that strength check. Where is that? That's wrong one. Yep. DC 12. No good. Yep. These engines and giving her all she's got, Captain. But
Oh wait, I mean, would I be able to throw in?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't have it. No, I don't. Never mind.
Was
Perfect.
one of the ships damaged by the Republic vessel?
Yes, the guy right behind you guys is damaged. Oh, and Vars, don't forget to mark out a power die for that one.
That
Yep.
it doesn't expend it. According to this, the tech die. Pop it.
Oh, is it just like an action?
Let me read that again.
Under tech dice, it's represented by your tech dice. Starting size equals to D4. Using your tech die does not expend it.
Oh, weird. All right, yeah, that's cool then. So is that in creative thinking or was it at?
Oh, that was right underneath where it says tech dice. So if you roll like I'm learning about the Starship rules too, man.
Because that should expend it, but let me if you link something, but otherwise we'll move on. We'll come back to that one. But yeah, I most likely would think so. But if not, that's definitely sweet.
I'll find the relevant stuff on Discord.
Perfect.
Okay, so we just boosted. We're at 300 speed total.
300 speed total.
Okay, and the Republic ship moves with us. Is that why it's?
That's right.
Okay, perfect. Boom. And then they'll just need to be next to us.
So I think before we do that, maybe I'll take my pop shot here.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I'll shoot at the one that is injured there. And ooh, terrible roll. All right.
Let me see. So that looks, yeah. So unfortunately, you see it just kind of maneuver around the blast as it comes to it, even though it's trailing smoke and debris from its initial damage. All right. Who's still up?
Caesar's yet to do his thing.
What's Caesar about to do?
I don't know.
So many options.
When I chose my things, I didn't take into account that the Yuuzhan Vong are probably all immune to charm. Not charm, but frightened.
Can we just make another Astro Tech, or can we only do one per round?
Rules is written one per round, but if you guys do want to attempt another one, you can definitely do so. But it will be kind of a degree higher, so kind of a +5 or actually plus 10 difficulty to the check. Just as you're kind of hogging up the ship's astrogation software.
Yeah, Caesar's not much of a backseat driver, but he will jump in with that math, just coming over, looking over the calculations. Him clearly looking at it, getting a good idea of it. Well, just over the shoulder, just tapping a few things. Keep walking.
Perfect. Give me an astrogation check with advantage.
All right.
Or so just intelligence save with the ship with advantage. Or intelligence check with the ship with advantage.
Got it. He goes to type something in, pulls it back when he realizes, oh, no, this is a completely different kind of math than I thought it was. Oh,
Are you doing
This is that
checks?
new math.
These are checks, or was that a? Was that a data check by the ship?
That was investigation.
He was trying to lend a hand there, but unfortunately did not go too hot for him.
Whoa! This math has letters in it.
Yeah, I think he needs like a 20, so I don't think it would matter much if we could add anything on that.
Still, bonus action, help action, Totalis. It's like you struggled with it a little bit. Just there's to check Talis' math for him.
Talos already has advantage, but you could definitely.
Oh yeah, that's right. And yeah, I got. I'm sorry. I completely forgot the Yuuzhan Vong are immune to frighten.
Could help with my shot if we wanted to retcon. I'll take another try.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I'm down with
that. So I would not have advantage on that, so it'd be 18 because that would be advantage.
18 will hit.
All right, nice. And so 5 damage.
Perfect. You blast into that fighter following it, and you see just trails of rocks kind of flowing off of it as it's wobbling in the field, but it's still standing so far. Definitely looks like it's still small fires around it. It looks like a decent hit of anything will send it to its grave. Perfect. Has everybody gone, I think?
Think so. Yeah.
Sweet.
All I could really do is do what I do best.
Perfect.
The Amphistaff.
That's it. Not Amphistaff time. Yeah, fortunately, but that time is coming soon.
Try to hook it up to the communication station, see if it'll talk to the ships.
Yeah. These guys are really cool. You don't need to blow them up. Oops, and he's supposed to be with you guys. This guy's going to use... Oops, wrong guy. This guy's going to move forward a bit. He is going to take a shot at that command shuttle. Luckily, the command shuttle got a little bit of shield back. Oh, actually, he's going to do that to the command shuttle. You see him gathering up his strength. They're going to try to see if they can strip that command shuttle shields. How's the command shuttle strength? Oh, he's got advantage. Unfortunately, that did not matter. You see, you kind of feel the tug as Geert's flying the ship, and then you see just the shields completely ripped off of the command shuttle as you guys are hurtling away into space. All right, the gunboat is up. It's going to move a little bit closer, and it's going to take a missile shot at you guys. So somebody give me... a dexterity save with disadvantage. And then he's going to, I don't know why I keep saying sneak attack to him. Then he's going to take one shot at the other command ship.
Dexterity at disadvantage?
Dexterity at disadvantage. Fortunately, his blast misses the command ship, but that missile's coming hurtling at you guys. That should be a dexterity save. I don't know why it says strength. Fortunately, that will connect, and you see that the kind of plasma barrage of just molten rocks hit the ship and just explode. You see the shields absorb all that impact, but definitely taking a little bit of strain.
Is that a primary or secondary weapon?
Tertiary.
Tertiary. Okay, well that won't work, but I have something as pilot that lets me... Let me pull up that sheet.
That's 9 damage to the shield?
Oh yeah, 9 damage to the shield.
Okay.
So we expend a power die and try to mitigate the damage a little bit. It's only a D4, but might be
Perfect.
everything in the end. So we stop 2 of it.
Sweet. You absorb a little bit of that impact, and
Oh wait.
Oop.
Did I use? Can only use one of those per round. So if I used, I think I did use target acquired, didn't I? Or was that last turn? I might not actually be
I
able
don't
to do
remember
that.
you using it, unless I forgot
I
about it.
used it to give him advantage, but I don't remember which shot that was. I think that might have been last round. I mean.
Hmm.
Okay. So we're still good. Yeah, I can only use one of those per round, so I gotta make sure I'm doing it right. Or each one per round. Sorry. Oh, it's so overwhelming. So much. It's at finals week 2. I'm just like, there's so much stuff. I can't think right now. Like, just fly the ship straight.
Go right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect.
Go into the asteroid field with their friends.
All right. This guy's gonna fly forward. He is gonna launch another attack at you guys. You see that plasma cannon blaring. He's gonna nat 20 it. So he's gonna get a 8 plus. Oof. 8 plus 11, 19. So you see that blast come out, just sparking against the shields, rattling the ship. You see energy kind of blaring through as this hotshot Yuuzhan Vong pilot takes a kind of a go at you guys.
I'm gonna use my reaction for feedback shield to
All right.
send some of that damage back at him.
Perfect. Nice. You see, just kind of, how does that look as the shield kind of rebounds some of it on him?
As I'm kind of up at the front now, working out all these meticulous calculations and everything, and I see the plasma coming towards us, I just go, hold on 1 second, and I kind of get next to our amazing pilot, and I just go doop 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 and type something. And then I go, yeah, they're gonna love this. And I'm just like, it'll hit, but we'll be okay. She's stronger than she looks. And I go back and I'm just like, Jarvis, okay, for the 3rd time, and go back to that conversation. But yeah, it hits us with that full effect. And it does hurt those shields pretty bad. We took, what'd you say, 19?
19. Yep.
19. Okay. But yeah, some of it kind of redirects and I don't know, just almost bounces off and just starts floating back ever so slowly. But since it's flying at us, it just flies right into it, burning itself with its own damage. 19 with 61 minus 19. I got this.
Perfect. Yeah, that'll be 42 for you.
Yep.
And then the Coral Skipper is up. They're going to take a shot at the command shuttle. You see him just kind of flying behind you guys, staying close. But he's going to kind of keep that aim going and just blast into the poor general ship. And that will unfortunately hit. Actually get to add that 1 to it. So you see him burning into the general's hull, and they look a little rough. You see sparks flying off of it. They're definitely in the muck of it right now, we'll say. All right. These 2 are up. This guy is going to he's going to kind of dash over and kind of just fly right behind you guys, just get in position there. His buddy is going to just turn slightly I got to do a little 360 turn. You see the coral spitter kind of spin on a dime. And he's going to take a shot at you guys. Shit. Yeah. So there's blood in the water. You guys see these coral skippers, like they first guy showed them the way, and now they're all gunning for blood. Luckily, this guy isn't as good as the other one, so it's just 14 damage to your shields.
Okay.
We need to get out of here.
All right, the Republic shuttle is up. Their shields are down. They can't boost them. They're just gonna keep those guns blazing. You hear kind of the broken general on the other command. We need to get the criff out of here now. Old baby can't take too much more of this. And you just hear the blare of laser cannons. Rhyming oof, and the damage is definitely stacking up on the ship as their targeting computers go down. But fortunately, that last one is able to connect. Let me see if that is actually able to connect. It is. You see that last turbo laser blare out and just smash into that one that's been trailing you guys, blowing it to smithereens. All right, this guy is going to go forward. You see these guys crowding around you, and they are going to take a shot at the command shuttle. Perfect. So you see, looks like, and you guys get from your sensors and just taking a look. It looks like they're molten rocks. It hurts quite a bit more when it's against unshielded areas. You see just magma burning into the hull, just smoke billowing. This does not look pleasant for the ship. And unfortunately, at Initiative 20, you guys see. Why is that so small? There we go.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You see, like in this almost little ship, a big ship, micro jump into the area. And actually, everybody give me an intelligence save on this one. Talus, you've got advantage. Your own intelligence save. Your
Does
personal.
this count as falling rocks?
Oh, that's not rocks fall. You guys died, but
Oh wow.
definitely. So.
I swear to God, if you went through all this just to make that pun.
That'll be a long setup on that side. Vars, you are pretty astonished when you see this thing come at. Micro jumps are really hard to do. Like it's something like as you clearly see this guy come out of hyperspace, but you could tell just from the signatures, he was in this area before. Micro jumps are imprecise, they're difficult, and especially when you have so much debris and ships around. For Republic, or kind of just standard tech, Mandalorian tech, it would be a small miracle to pull this off. That they were able to kind of execute it and kind of make it look like it's regular is definitely a bit of cause for concern. But did you see them kind of pop in? They are going to open up a little bit.
No.
So they are going to shoot 2 blasts at you guys. They use one of their actions to jump in. So their first one is. Oh, why is that not rolling?
Oh no, it wasn't meant to be.
All right, give me a DC 13 dexterity saving throw. I don't know why it keeps adding sneak to everything, with unfortunately disadvantage.
Gretchen.
The other
I
one.
almost read that as Gretchen.
Actually, give me 2 dexterity.
Oh, no, they're Gretchens. They're far worse than anyone named Gretchen.
Oh. So 2 dexterity saving throws, please. With disadvantage. Garrett, you make one, somebody else make the other.
I have not had the best luck.
Perfect. So
I was
unfortunately,
Novakana.
you weren't able to dodge the torpedo. You see this torpedo splatter against the area, and you kind of like rocks the ship. You feel some kinetic damage as it connects against you. But what really surprises you is just like explodes and like it's like a beehive almost kind of bursts through. You see these buzzing creatures maneuvering around the ship, latching on, kind of grinding their way onto the ship, just swarming both the Novakana as well as the command shuttle. Fortunately, though, you are able to maneuver even with all that going around the blast, and half that down to 13 damage. You just feel molten plasma buzzing around, just burning into the ship. Perfect. Yeah, you guys feel those creatures kind of latching on and buzzing, molten plasma burning. The command shuttle looking rough. What are you guys gonna do?
Get out of here.
So
What are you gonna do?
we have to make the astrogation check and then you instantly go, or does it require a whole other round to do it after you've done that?
Doesn't require a round, just requires somebody still having their action to punch it. And
Okay.
also, too, I didn't put that in the rules, but if you guys wanted to risk making the jump without having the checks fully done, that's possible too.
I have an idea for this next astrogation check. But if anybody would like, before I do that, to, I don't know, do anything else.
If you get the right math, we're gone.
Okay. You don't gotta tell me twice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, reading your astrogation rules too. DM, I'm sitting there arguing with Jarvis, and I'm like, I know we have plenty of rations. It's besides the point. We're trying to get out of here as fast. Okay. We're not. We're only in a rush to get out of here. So I'm gonna add the +5 to the
Perfect.
astrogation check. And it's gonna double the amount of time wherever we are jumping to. But I think it's worth the risk.
Oh, and I realized I forgot to ask you guys, where are you guys jumping to?
That's a good question. Figuring out while I'm doing this.
Geared had always been dreaming of Bespin since they were getting right on the ship.
I mean, I was hoping for this little place called Not Here.
Bespin is also not here.
Yeah.
Great place.
Yeah, I've heard good things about not being here.
It's anywhere not in this general facility in Varsby.
Yeah.
Anywhere that has a repair facility and a bar.
So it sounds like unless anybody objects, Bespin, it is.
Garrett's not even telling anybody where they're going. He's already just got it.
So,
Or no, it's Talus is doing it, isn't it, right? The astrogation?
Yeah, Talus is doing it. Does Talus object to Bespin after Garrett probably passes him a note or something, like a little ship message, a little ship?
Going to Bespin.
I mean, I don't think I'd be against it. I think that Talus's goal would be getting out of here, and then secondly, it would be getting to a place where I know that there's definitely a Zerka presence at the least, like at minimal or a lot, some amount.
Well, you're in luck with Bespin. Bespin, it's a mining planet. As you guys know from the Empire Strikes Back, primarily Tavana gas, but they mine a lot of other stuff. And you know that even though it's in Republic territory, Zerka's got a pretty good presence there. They're definitely trying to strip that planet for as much as they can.
Awesome. In that case, Bespin was an easy choice, and I'm just like, more Tavana gas.
Perfect. You guys see the Yuuzhan Vong kind of trailing you, shooting blast of just that molten plasma. It's looking dire. Your ship is no shields, hull burning. The command ship looks like a decent hit may just take it out. You guys are linked together. Who's Talus? Who's pressing the button? Who's kicking it off?
Oh, so right as I get the final calculation in, I'm like, and that's it. Punch it.
And Garrett will just literally punch it. Bam.
You guys jolt forward. You see those oh so thankful kind of blue streaks of hyperspace around you, and you are able to make your way out of the ruins of Velia. Ship's damaged, but everybody's still alive. So you guys are and going to Bespin. It's on the blanking on the name of the hyperspace. Actually, let me just go back to the big map and we can take a look at what name of the hyperspace lane it
Thought it
is.
was
As
the-
we're jumping into hyperspace, you hear Dash just be like, "I didn't know we were launching missiles. Turn us around. I got something for him." And then we pop out.
I like your enthusiasm, but maybe next time.
Perfect.
We'll come visit our friends later.
Sweet.
You-
Yeah, so
you
Bespin's
guys
over
will-
here. With it being a little bit slower, it's about an 8-day journey through hyperspace. Unfortunately, we're gonna have a little bit of things going before there, but we're gonna take a quick break. So we'll be back. It's 8:23. We'll say we'll be back at 8:30, and we'll kick off the second part. So we'll be right back, everybody.
So.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So we kick off the second half of Invasion with the crew. They just heroically saved General Vetk and made their way away from the ruins of Velia that are just swarming with Vong and just the defeated kind of fleet of both the Republic and Dominion. And you guys are kind of that safety of hyperspace. What's everybody doing kind of right after they jump to hyperspace? What's the crew? What's the general temp for the crew right now?
Geertz, he's gonna hastily pull a ration out and just scarf it down. The adrenaline has just got him really hungry. Other than that, he's not really focused on anything other than the fact that they're alive.
A very loud victory war cry from Caesar. Just that would probably rattle some people's bones. Just top of the lungs. I'm not gonna do that to save the viewers and my own mic. But yeah, like very loud victory screech.
You hear as you kind of get that victory speech, so they go over the comms and go, now, sir, I'm going to have to ask you to keep that down. Your guest aboard Zerka's ship, the Novacana, and we do not allow such displays of whatever that was.
Caesar's gonna be slowly narrowing his eyes at like how he imagined the AI, and just to call up to us is like, is that true? Is that true? Just like, is that true? Can I not give out my victory cry?
I might have to update that. I didn't install the AI myself. That was probably my director's idea right there. I mean, when I was there, he did always tell me that I was a little bit too rowdy. I have no idea what he's talking about, but
God, even the ship's a nerd.
yeah, Talos will be like, "You're telling me," as he makes his way towards kind of the rear of the ship to.
Oh, I didn't know he heard that. Oop.
Or it's okay.
That's still,
He makes his way to the supercharging station near the engine's specific suite there to kind of like hook up his backpack and everything to get it recharged.
Perfect.
Yeah, so Dash is usually pretty upbeat, pretty happy guy, and you can kind of see that he's kind of keeping to himself, kind of reflecting on the fact that a planet just died and a lot of people were on it, and maybe bringing back some memories of war that he's not fond of. So he's kind of keeping to himself.
Yeah, I don't think it's really hit Talus yet. I'm just staying busy like I always do.
While Geart's sitting there eating his little ration meal, he'll just kind of look over the readouts and stuff and make sure things are, you know, we escaped by the hair of our chinny chin chin. Gonna make sure things aren't, there's no issues we need to go take care of right now, and then maybe look at the status of the other ship if he can see it. They might need to come aboard our ship for safety.
All right. Either make a scanner check or scanner checks, a wisdom check, or you can use perception too. So if you're looking at your ship scanner, or if you can just do regular perception, because they're pretty close, right there.
Would the perception be at disadvantage?
Oh, nope, you can just do that regular for it.
Okay, I'll do mine regular since he's just sitting there.
You take a look, and you see the other ship is just sparking. Like you see bits of like kind of flame, molten rock on the ship, but you see a lot of bugs. Like you see bugs like latched onto the ship, and looks like you kind of see them like. First off, you're surprised that bugs are in space. Just bugs in space are weird, but bugs in hyperspace is unheard of. And you see they're moving; they're not dead, and you see one kind of lifting its claws up and kind of just starting to dive into, and you see like little globs of like liquid, kind of acidy, like magma coming off of its claws and kind of cutting its way into the other ship.
He'll hit the comms immediately. We need to get those other guys over here now, or we need to find something to get things off the hull. Bugs in space? Anybody seen that before? Zerka, do you got anything that can maybe electrify the hull? Yeah, you got some sort of other laser cannons that have a fine shooting point, maybe, if we want to take a risk? Something's chewing through the hull.
Considering their shields are down and ours are down at the moment, and it's going to take some significant repairs, I'm going to say no on that one.
Got a spacesuit?
But have we been able to reach them in comms? Because that's not a good thing.
So definitely after you guys got off, you didn't have too much time to talk, but the comms are, after you got to get into hyperspace, the comms are still always a little fuzzy there, but them being right next to you, you could do some like just irregular comms and kind of communicate pretty easily.
Are we actually capable in hyperspace transferring them over to our ship right now, or is that a no-go?
Oh yeah, you'd have to get out of hyperspace to do that.
Oh,
that's why it's so surprising the bugs are doing okay, because hyperspace, like I forgot if it's radiation. There's something with hyperspace that makes traversing it without being in a ship or in something pretty heavy very, very dangerous.
Wait, those things can survive in hyperspace?
Mm-hmm.
So it would appear.
So the Yuuzhan Vong with their ships. Caesar would probably make a realization a little bit later, but first he is definitely calling up the General and the Jedi Master. Just smile on his face like usual. Probably he'll do this after heading over to Dash, handing him like a box of sugar-free Tic Tac breath mint, something like that. Just as a bit of a condolence to him.
All right. Well, as you kind of you boot up the comm, and you see the general. He's got like a little bit of a patch over his head. Looks like a little bloodied from the ship just being banged up and battered. But he looks panicked. Like you see, he was like almost like he was reaching for the comm right as you called. But before we get into that, make an animal handling check.
Oh no.
Ooh, okay.
We have inspiration, right?
You guys do. So you had one to start with, but I did give you guys one. I liked how you guys did like the post fight cooldowns. You guys have 2 inspo right now.
Would it be okay, or nah?
Yeah, go for it.
Does everyone know?
What was it? Sorry, I was typing something. Go for it.
There you go.
Perfect.
19.
You see it rear its head up as you're speaking to the general. Look like it's about to strike you, but that presence is just still too strong for it. And you see it kind of rear it back down and kind of lay flat against your arm.
Caesar would probably give it a little like chin stretch when it's going to lay back down.
You can tell like it looks pissed, like its eyes are narrowed, a little hissing comes from it, but it doesn't feel like trying. It's not trying you right now. It's a little bit cowed. But the general, you see, he kind of as he's bleeding from his head, and he looks over to you guys. Griffin out. Good. I was just about to call you. Do you guys see what's all over your hole?
Yeah, weird bug things.
Yeah. Oh, good. You guys saw it. All right. You guys got to get, I don't know if you got spacesuits or something out there. They're clawing their way in. They'll probably be in a couple seconds if you ought to do something.
We gotta.
You still have the same infestation.
What? What other Griffin are you talking about?
You also have those bugs, as well as splattered bits of magma. Molten around.
This is some poodoo. All right. Well, troopers, hey, on me. Let's go. You see him cut the line.
So probably would take a look, or basically a look through the comms over to the Mandalorian. Just like, yep, you do you. We're gonna need you.
Yeah. Have we had a chance to rest at all by chance since the combat's begun?
Oh, we'll say unfortunately no, because yeah, you guys ran from the place and then jumped on the ship and then had to fight your way out. So it's been pretty straight going of it.
I have an idea.
Okay.
As Vars is kind of collecting himself, essentially from having his world blown apart, barely making it away, and thinking he can finally rest, and realizing that he can't, can he just take a big and then take a second wind?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Stand there, we got the knees here.
How big are these bugs, real fast?
They're like they're tiny. They're like football size.
How big is the amphistaff?
How big is what?
The amphistaff.
Oh, the amphistaff. It's like if when it's curled up, it's kind of small, but it's like 3 feet, or I'll have to look it up. It's like 3 or 4 feet long. It's like a pretty decent staff. It doesn't have range or it doesn't have reach, but it's like a bow staff length when it's all the way done.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if it was hungry. Just let it loose for a second.
You could try to see if you could throw it up on the holes, see if it goes after it.
Caesar would probably consider it, but he's gonna wait till those things get inside to let it loose, just so he doesn't accidentally lose it in hyperspace. Those bugs can survive. He doesn't know about the snake.
So,
All right. Go ahead.
Making his way up to the more general area, he's going to look for Talus, and Vars is going to ask, is there any way that your AI, do you have sensors or anything on there that could tell us how many we're facing?
Already working it. Jarvis, you heard him. Is there any body count that we can assess at this moment?
Let me just roll a d20. Actually, Jarvis has his own intelligence. What's his intelligence for Jarvis, or is it the ship's intelligence for Jarvis?
Well, I know that he has a +2 to his proficiency. That's all I know.
We'll just roll him a d20 plus 4 and see what he thinks. You see a kind of a hint of panic in the AI's voice and kind of his artificial voice, and he goes, "Hole breaches at Sector 6, Sector 4, Sector 5, Sector 3. There's too many coming through. I cannot calculate it exactly."
You can calculate pinpoint accuracy. Jump to Bespin with my help, of course, as I look around at everybody. But you cannot tell me how. Okay. I got this. I understand. It's all right.
Well, sir, who knew we'd be dealing with hyperspace bugs? You take me to the most interesting places.
You're welcome. And that's
He
a fair
does have a
point.
point.
Yes, exactly. Is there? Can I fumble around with the console and see if there's anything that I can do, maybe to get us some shields back, and maybe activate the feedback shield on our end, and see if that could do something to reflect them off or something.
So you wouldn't be able to reactivate your shields, but you could try to kind of electrify the hole using that feedback device. Without the shields, though, it could damage your own ship. But this is going to be a technology check, and this is going to be a little bit of a hard DC. But if you can do it, it'll electrify the hole, and if you do it well enough, too, it won't even damage the ship.
Okay, so I'm gonna pass this as fast as possible to the rest of them. Okay, we have an option here, but it could potentially hurt the Novacana. I'm okay with this. It is a desperate situation.
Okay.
We got all eyes here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do it.
Fine?
Do what you
Okay.
need to, Zerka. Do it.
All right.
And I'd
So
like to
this is
offer a hand since I'm also proficient in technology.
Perfect.
okay. So it'll be at advantage, and then there's a couple things that are gonna go on here. Close your eyes, kids, because some of that is drug use. You see him kind of like reach inside of his pocket, and he eyeballs you guys for a little bit, and then he just kind of turns around, and you hear, and then he kind of like leans back, and he's just like, oh, okay. So he's gonna do a little bit of glitter stem there.
Perfect.
I'm also going to give myself a potent aptitude, and with my wrist pad, because my backpack is currently charging, I will also add a temporary boost to myself. This is.
Do you have something to give yourself a potent aptitude?
Yes, I have a wrist pad still.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, because usually you can only give those to somebody else.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm out of potent aptitudes anyways, but I still have temp boost and
That still
drugs.
works. And drugs. Gotta have the drugs.
Okay, and then this is a technology roll.
Technology roll, and with advantage from Vars giving you some assistance.
Yes, sir. All right, here we go.
Oh, solid. Yeah. You connect the right. Actually, what is you describe? This is your 30. So how does that look for you?
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. So I just climb under the console, and I pull open kind of a paneling real quick, and there's already sparks flying, from the hits that we've taken and everything. And I'm just like, ow! And I, kind of stick my fingers in my mouth. My pupils are so dilated right now. But my hands are like moving just crazy fast as I pull out like a small little knife, or not knife, but like even the tweezers, and I just kind of like pull apart some of the wires and stuff, and jury rig them just a little bit. And I go, that should be it. And I stand up and I go, hold on to your asses. And I just hit a button, and then I would just kind of visualize like a small shockwave of electricity just goes across our ship. And if I can reach a little bit, because we are connected to the other ship, it also transfers over to them as well.
For sure. With the 30, I was going to give you that anyway. So yeah, you see that lightning blaring from your ship electrifying the other ship. You guys start to see just those bugs like getting zapped, some exploding, some falling off, just clearing the ship. You see that the Republic Command shuttle is sparking. There's definitely some punctures, but it's in good shape. And after a bit, Jarvis goes, checking. All sectors clear of the invaders. You
Very
guys
good
do
job.
good.
Bars is gonna clap him on the back and say, "Damn good job."
Caesar, when he first saw this man take the drugs, had a bit of a disappointed dad face on. But once he saw the result, he just kind of looks over the dash, just like, we need to get the Republic to hire this man immediately.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. Above board, I was really nervous there, as we were.
This could
I
hurt
know
your ship. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
I know what these things actually do. I was very, very nervous right there, but I'm glad you did it. That was awesome.
Peek behind the screen. I'll give you the DCs for that. So just getting that off, since you guys had no shield, was a DC 20, but it was going to damage the ship. DC 25 to do no damage, and 30 to help out the other crew too. So the General and the Jedi Master both make it through. So definitely a good spot to get a 30 on. Sweet. Seth, so you guys float or flat blast through hyperspace. You guys have a cool 8 days to kind of rest, chill, and if anybody has any downtime opportunities that they can do on the ship, they're more than welcome to. And we'll figure that out kind of after game too, just so you guys have that opportunity to use a little bit of that, just kind of R&R to focus on something you want to, or even just get to know the people you're stuck on a ship with for 8 days. That outside of Dash,
RP channels.
oh yeah, true. Throw some of that in RP. Yeah, but fortunately, you guys blast through hyperspace. 8 days later, you make your way to Bespin. And you come out just out of hyperspace. Both of you guys' ships are sparking. The command shuttle looks like it's just holding itself up by sheer will. But you make your way in there and you see a space station and the planet below you. And eventually you hear a hail ping on your ship. But initially the General Vetk answers for it and goes, "This is command shuttle of the Republic, formerly stationed on Velia. General Vetk, the Jedi Master on board, requesting clearance to land. The Novacana's with us. Please provide the nearest Republic berth, and we need a crew down here ASAP." You guys are on the line too, in case you want to say anything to the Bespin airspace team.
Could Caesar roll intimidation? Just make it clear that we are both in a hurry and don't have time for anything like bureaucracy or scams. We don't care about the extended warranties here. We want the things.
Make me an intimidation check.
All right, then. Oh my god.
Even still, this is a bureaucrat. This isn't somebody that's used to being threatened, especially with somebody that's rolling with Republic General. And he goes, no scans. You guys are with the General. Just go to Republic Burst 6. We'll get a crew down. We'll fix up the ship. You'll be okay.
All right.
Bring food too. These ship rations are garbage.
She goes, "Food? That's not really what we do. I guess I could bring it.
You got something, don't you? Like bantha milk, a steak, anything but this cardboard crap."
We're a hangar, and you hear him kind of like whispering off camera. "All right, we got a vending machine. I'll bring you some vending machine snacks. We'll be right down."
Love it. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, you guys, as you approach Bespin, the ship is able to separate, or the ships separate. You guys are able to get into Hangar 9, both landing down. And as you guys dock, you just see like just sparks flaring still, cuts in both of you guys' holes. Yours looks pretty decent because you guys didn't get your whole bandage or damage too badly, but the other ship, the command shuttle, just sparking like it just blast all around. You see a fire crew kind of come out and start spraying that Republic shuttle and just kind of cooling everything down. But you guys are able to make your way onto Bespin. And before we'll kind of wrap up today, you do see kind of General Vetk step off, just looking quite surly as he makes his way off the ship. You see 5 Republic soldiers kind of falling in flank behind him. as well as a Bothan Jedi Master, kind of falling into, and you see the Jedi Master just kind of, he has a little bit of a smile on his face. Doesn't really seem like Kelu is too concerned about everything. He just has that same smile he had when he was talking to Dash and Caesar earlier. Actually, are you guys getting off?
money.
Are you guys...
Yeah, Caesar would probably go to that, like, probably throughout the downtime, doing stuff with Dash and everyone else, maybe playing a bit of politician with these last of the comps, but now that they can meet in person, Caesar's going straight to them. Would he have been... Well, actually, we'll tackle that later, but yeah, he's going straight to them, head still strapped to him, and possessed.
So we'll get to your final, or your second to last animal handling check. So make me an animal handling check as you approach Master Velia. Nice. You are able to keep it in tow. You see it kind of flare up, like it's going to try to strike you again, but you are able to fend it off. And you kind of use your presence to bow it back in. So you've had 3 successes. So mechanics on this, it's going to be a DC 22 initially. But you've had 3 successes, so that's going to bring it down by 4 since you aced all 3. So that's going to be a DC 18 animal handling check to see if you can tame this Amphistaff and get a new weapon.
When are we doing that?
Oh, right now.
Are you sure?
That's
Where you use that proficiency bonus of yours to suddenly become proficient with animal handling.
I already used one of it to become proficient in a language. I don't have the points.
Not
Here we
helpful.
go.
nice. All right. Perfect.
It likes you.
How does this look? This ferocious looking whip, snake, spear combination of a Yuuzhan Vong hybrid creature is now bonded to you. What did you, outside of your presence? What did you do to kind of maybe even over that 8-day journey? What did you do to get that snake to take to you a little bit?
Caesar has been through a lot, so there's obviously that presence that aura. Like he does consider himself a warrior, even though he's getting a little on with age. But moreover, Caesar has a standard for care for his own men. This applies to the Amphistaff. So over this trip, he's probably been like grooming it, feeding it, like doing some stuff with the rations to give it like some good food. Absolutely making sure its teeth are clean. Like Caesar's a bit obsessive with his dentistry. So keep making sure this thing has pearly white teeth. Just giving it very good care, even though he doesn't know what this thing is all about. Just surprisingly a good pet owner.
Perfect. Well, you're able to bond with the Amphistaff, and I will send you a stat block a little bit later with what that Amphistaff can do. Yeah, you somehow teamed a Yuuzhan Vong weapon and made it your own. So you see it curl up on your arm and just kind of lay there docilely, waiting for your next command.
Actually, Caesar, as he's walking up, could he be spinning, like have as the staff spinning around before having it go back around his arm as he's walking up, just as a flex?
Oh, for sure, yeah. And so it'll have, I have to build it out for PC use, but it'll basically, with the, I have to figure out what an action would be, but you could flip it between a staff and a whip too. So yeah, you could, how is he flailing it around? Is it in whip form or in staff form?
It's in staff form. For the most part, he has yet to turn it into a whip, but when he does, it like whips around the air just a little bit before going back around his arm. Just a little bit of a flex as he's walking up to him, just like.
You see, Master Kelu is just beaming as you walk up, and that looks like he probably wishes he died over Velia as you stroll up. And you see Master Kelu go, my friends, it's good to see you. Didn't I tell you that the Force had great things in mind for you? Didn't I say that?
Caesar kind of points to it, just like, these are nothing for him. All the net 20s, the rocks.
You said, oh, what did you say with the other rocks?
So Caesar just says, just like, maybe not for Gert, because all the stuff with the net 20s, the rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or that whole planet that blew up. Force really had big plans for that one, didn't it? It's all over the sector now.
We may have lost that battle, but this does give us an advantage in this war, much more than this new threat even understands.
You see General Vetk just kind of chewing and goes, don't even know who the criff they are. They show up, they blow up my goddamn planet. They blow up half of our, probably more of our fleet. I haven't heard in from anybody yet from the sector. And you think we've got an advantage? And you see him just kind of chewing.
We shall do. Imagine when it hits the Senate. Panic, chaos. A perfect opportunity for our new, it's counselor, right? Or what was it called? I can't remember for the
Supreme Chancellor, yeah.
Yeah. For our new Supreme Chancellor to enact radical change that has been needed since the start of this war. We have lost a planet and some forces, but this no doubt has also struck into the Dominion. And it is likely they will be hitting the Dominion just as hard, giving us enough time to resupply.
You see him kind of grimace a bit and goes, yeah, hope they hit those Dominion bastards. Yeah, if they go chew up the Sith for a bit, that'll be all right. But they blew up half our fleet where we wanted to get our Tabata gas from, our Beridium stock. It's I don't know. Supreme, I stay the criff out of politics. Supreme Chancellor Vale could do whatever criff he wants to, but he kind of looks over to Kayla and goes, that is one of the items next on our docket. You guys rest up a bit. Tomorrow, meet us at the Republic briefing area. We may have a little bit more we need from you if you're willing. You see him just kind of
will hold up
off.
a finger, just like for him to
eat.
On the topic of Tabana gas, luckily we are on Bespin, and this, if I am not mistaken, this planet is Zerka controlled, right?
Well, it's Republic controlled, so it's definitely so. Zerka has a huge presence on it. They run the mining. They've got kind of their mitts all in it. So this is kind of a good one for you guys to have picked. So Bespin's, with kind of you guys are thinking of the Cloud City amongst the clouds. It's a pretty big planet, known for gambling, the Tabana gas, and just kind of a good meeting place due to being in the mid-rim, but still on the hyperwave kind of lane trail connecting kind of the outer and mid-rims. So it's a pretty big planet. So it's one of those ones where there's a little bit of everybody on here. So majority Republic, it's Republic space, Republic control, but Zerka's controls the money, the gas, and they definitely have their mitts on the planet. But there's definitely Garrett, you would know that this is especially with the gambling and some of the more lucrative and shady options. The Sun has a presence here too. The Mandalorians, not too much, but definitely an area we can kind of get connections with some of your contacts if you needed to for ours. And then definitely with Dash and Caesar, you've got the Republic barracks and base on there too.
Yeah, so Caesar's gonna kind of point out like, hey, we kind of we're on the right planet for this right here, and we'll even like point him towards how it's just like, and this man is the sole reason why we survived, and that's why you have survived. This man allowed us to borrow his ship, healed us, gave us medical treatment. He is a hero, and he requires some compensation and might be a great asset in getting more connections with Zerka.
You see kind of the general kind of chewing, looks like he's about to speak, and go, Master Kelu just nods and kind of gestures his hands and goes, of course, my friends. You all saved a Republic General and a Jedi Master. Of course, the Republic should reward you and make sure you're fairly compensated for your efforts. When we may need of you again, so we want to make sure you will come quickly, if you know what I mean. But we will open our stores, open kind of our discretionary budget, and it may be a bit tight after losing a planet, but we're going to give as much as we can to make sure you are properly recognized for your efforts.
Is this guy
so
in denial?
Take that.
Sorry.
Oh, Master Kelu?
Yeah, he kind of.
You can give an insight check for him. Right?
Oh.
Yeah. Looking at Master Kelu, you get and you've dealt with Force users before. He's cocky even by he's a Jedi, but he's cocky by Sith standards. He believes in himself, and he thinks he's got everything well in hand. He's not in denial. He thinks he's in a good spot right now. And with the 26, you can tell he. I don't know if you think it's from the Force or what. He does kind of watch you guys to kind of continually work with him. He's trying to keep you guys happy and hopefully continually they got to do different jobs for him. So he's trying to bust open the coffers and see if that'll kind of lure you to keep working.
Caesar kind of held up his hands just like, we shall not require money, simply proper recognition and, well, maybe not quite yet, but starting on a promotion very soon.
Oh, now hold up. I that thing about the money though. Let's go back to that. I am what you might call stuck here. My job blew up.
My
So,
transportation blew up.
and there was something about vending machine snacks. I know it's a minor point, but if those could make their way here soon,
You do
that'd be
see a
great.
technician standing there with dried Nerf steak jerky and space Funyuns, like just bags of them, just like awkwardly holding them in his arms, just kind of like rocking.
Oh, now talk about heroes. That's my man right there. And he'll just go take the whole thing. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Perfect.
Talus is going to pull up his comm link, and Jarvis, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you quite clearly.
Remind me, please, who is in charge of Zerka operations on Bespin?
You guys see him pause for a moment, or hear him pause. Director Jin runs the Zerka operations, and he runs a fairly tight ship.
All right, thank you. Please, if you could, forward him all the data that we've gathered and let him know that I have arrived and that I'll be with the Republic for at least the time being.
Definitely. I'll let Director Jin know and see if we can get a meeting on the books for you, too.
Thank you, Jarvis. Out.
Perfect. You guys get your jerky snacks, your Funyuns, your space Funyuns, and are able to get a bit of a rest. You see General Vetk and Master Kelu both kind of, Kelu just serenely walks off, cocky smile in place. General Vetk kind of just thunder stalks off with the troopers in tow. You guys are able to get on the planet and get some rest in. One thing I almost forgot to do this while we were during the 8 days, but you guys have 2 Mandalorians with you that have growths growing inside them that you guys probably would have wanted to address on flight. So yeah, you've got Vars's buddies, Turk, and I forgot the name of the other girl offhand. Turk and the other Mandalorian girl, I'll find her name later, both are sedated, knocked out in the crew chambers, kind of resting or not resting, but sleeping after you guys defeated them. Is anybody willing? Anna, thank you. Willing to, or is anybody going to try to see if they can remove the growth and kind of that coral?
Oh yeah, I
structure?
would have definitely done that, and been a little bit embarrassed at the lack of medical lab and stuff not having been installed yet. But the crew quarters will do just fine, and I will have asked also if there's anybody that is medically savvy that could assist me as well.
Caesar is technically a doctor.
Technically.
Technically, because if you
Okay.
know one of his nicknames,
What's he a
Oh,
doctor of?
The dentist.
well, he's an oral doctor.
Oh
Well,
no.
here's Vars is not a doctor, but he's more medically inclined. So I'll
Oh,
let
that
I'll
fit.
let
Okay.
double as
So
a field
Vars
man
and
if I have
Caesar.
to. Yeah.
And it does kind of make a little bit more sense that the Mandalorian would assist too. But yeah, I will.
Interest.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, I'll definitely get to work on that in whatever way I have to begin removal.
Perfect. Give me 2 medicine checks with advantage for
Okay.
Turk and Anna, or Ona.
And you
Solid.
said 2?
Yep. Perfect. So Turk, you're easily able to get in there and completely remove the coral, the vestiges of the coral that are kind of in his veins, and completely remove it. You gave him a clean bill of health. You're positive. He's still asleep. He's going to need a dip in back to kind of completely be back to himself. But you're able to make sure he's not going to have any remnants or any pretty much disfigurements or lingering conditions from the Vong manipulations. Anna, you're able to get rid of the coral as well as the growth, but there's definitely there's still some remnants of it behind. You definitely saved her. You're pretty sure the Vong won't be able to take control of her, but she may need some physical therapy or may need some kind of just a little bit stronger care while you guys are on Bespin to get her back up to full health.
I'm grateful for what you were able to do.
Yeah, and thank you for the assistance. And I kind of take a seat at a desk and start reviewing kind of the operation that was ongoing. Was there anything of note, like while I was pulling out the pieces of coral, anything that would have been interesting, such as them? Is it alive? Is it just pieces that were installed already, also through like surgical means?
Oh, definitely. So for sure alive. You don't even need to check for that one. You see that it is living. It does look like it looks like kind of like what's a good way to put it? Almost like a cancer almost. It looks like kind of like a tumor, and you see it kind of like growing and spreading as you kind of observe it. Or as you take it out, you see it's one of those things that kind of just pulses, grows, and then continues to replicate and expand through a host system. But give me a bioanalyst check to see if you can find anything else about it.
Bioanalyst. And this will just be at normal. Change that. There we go.
Definitely, you kind of look through it, and this is just like nothing you've seen before. You're certain it's live. You're certain it's kind of like a growth and spreading, and it kind of like looks like if you have to guess, like it's almost like a human restraining bolt, and you definitely can tell they put it in through surgical means, and looks like they put it by the cheek, and it probably expands first to the brain cells, and then kind of expands throughout the body, just kind of continually putting like its influence kind of around the being it's inserted into. But it's just one of those things that's just confusing. You haven't seen much like this before. It's really kind of just throwing off the normal science and kind of investigation method you'd use for examining biological objects.
So it's
want
it's
to mention this real quick.
Mhm.
While assisting, Bars was definitely had his hollow recorder on just to archive
Oh, yeah.
this because man, oh man, what the hell are we dealing with?
Yeah, 100%. This would have definitely been part of the data that I would have sent. So everything from, and I guess in our 8 days travel too, I would have asked everybody that if they recorded any of the fights, and encounters, and things like that, that they would give me at least a copy or whatever they have on hand, and that would have been the data that I would have asked Jarvis to send ahead of me towards Zerka.
Actually, Caesar would ask you not to send anything about the coral specifically, the brain coral.
To
He
not
does-
send it?
Yeah, he does not want Zucker to know about a possible human restraining bolt. Caesar would definitely bring up the fact that while they may have the resources to help with that, it is far more likely they're going to take advantage of that and use it and replicate it. And
Okay.
he is not for that.
Well, I'm down with that. We can definitely have that conversation, but I would, for sure, knowing that now, I would definitely be willing to not forward that information, at least for now.
Perfect. You do get the kind of the all clear on that side, or kind of get the data received from Director Jin as that goes through. He does kind of ping you later too that he'll want to set up a meeting too, and that's kind of actually where we're going to wrap up today. So what I'll be doing too. So you guys all have different contacts or different ways to get connected with your people on the planet. I'm going to reach out to you guys in the next couple of days with some potential quests or adventures you guys can go on from your different contacts. So Dash and Caesar, you got the Republic with General Vetk and Kelu. And see maybe things that they'll have. The Mandalorians, you definitely you don't have a presence on there, but you know how to get in touch with your Mandalorian contacts or VARs, and you do have Turk with you as well as Anna. Or Turk will be back up and running. Anna will need some time on the ground or time recuperating at first. And then Geert, Black Sun's super easy to get a hold of on Bespin. There's a lot of devices they like to play around with. You can find a way to get in contact with your network too.
Find the door and do the secret handshake.
So I will shoot those all to you guys. Let me know which one you guys want to do. I'm going to try to shoot that to you, what's today, Tuesday, probably by Friday. Let me know as soon as you get a minute what we're going to do, and that's going to be kind of our next adventure that the crew will go on to. And that'll be kind of where we wrap up there. But also, you guys are at level 4. So level up there. You're also at deployment 2 for the ship. And the Republic's going to hook you guys up. They're not even going to repair your ship. They're going to bump it up to tier 2 and give you guys 3 mods to play with. So
Right.
You guys are getting a little bit of a payday there. And also, who feels like they've got some hot dice today?
I think I've rolled very low. It's time for it to roll high.
I don't think that's how it works, but go for it.
It ain't how it works,
been
but I
rolling really
believe.
If you believe, I don't think that affects it either, but you go for it.
I don't know why I'm feeling it. I don't know why I'm feeling it, but looking at you guys, I feel like Dash would probably have the most luck. I don't know why.
All right.
I'm so lucky right now. I don't know.
Can we roll with the loaded chance cubes I've got?
All right, Dash. I think you've been nominated. Roll me
jeez.
6d6.
Do it.
All right, here we go.
Don't mess up.
Money time.
If I mess up a call. Oh, not bad.
That's good. Yeah.
Hey!
I think it's better than average.
Yeah, that's above average.
12. Yeah, above average. So you guys get 24 times 100. So you guys get 24 times 100. That should be more than that. No, yeah, that is more than that. So you guys get 24,000. Sorry, it's late. Math is bad for me. I was like, that should be more than 2,400. That's 24,000. But yeah, so you guys get 24,000 credits divided by the
Nice.
5 of you guys. So good payday there from the
Nice.
general. Depending on, and you guys know, unfortunately, that refugee fleet sunk, blasted down by the Yuuzhan
Yeah.
Vong. But in regards of a payday, hundreds of lives lost, but you all got paid. So you all get 4,800 credits apiece that you guys can use to spend. You'll also have a week of downtime on Bespin between any of your factions, giving you something new to do. So you guys have that week, and I don't know if there's anything you can do on the ship, but you have 2 weeks of overall time. One in Bespin where you can do pretty much anything, and then one on the ship. So I'll post this all into the update thread, but let me know what you guys are thinking on that side. Let me see if I forgot anything. Nope, sweet. Yeah, so I will kind of let you guys know what your factions are thinking. I'm also going to be posting in the thread kind of just different things that are going around the galaxy too. So just to keep you guys updated, what's going on in the galaxy outside of what happened on Velia. And we're going to see where we go next. And that'll be also for the listeners too, wherever they decide is probably going to be where the next Dungeon Jedi Master mission is going to be at. So keep tuned for that and kind of see what's going on. And
So we're determining the content? Nice.
you are, yeah. So I was going to follow this campaign. So
The
where
planet
you
we've
guys
all
go?
wanted to go to that never got done.
You guys just want to go to Deltron and just relax for the next couple of months.
Yeah.
Let's
go to the place with this- Yeah.
To blow over.
Go to the place which hits the Vong off the most, the moon of Kalarba. Or is it Hosk Station? I think that's what it's called.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you all for attending. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Every Tuesday, we've got some type of content. Usually Star Wars 5e, but sometimes some other stuff too. Next week, we've got the conclusion to Rogue Squadron and the Warlords of Sereno. Check that out. Part 1 was a blast. It'd be cool to see how that winds up too. After that, we've got Invasion again. And then April 5th, we've got a Power Rangers one-shot using Renegade's new system. So check it out. There should be some fun content there. And drop a subscribe if you haven't. Oh, and also, too, I almost forgot to mention this. If you go to the About section for the channel, you'll see we've got a new YouTube, too. So we've got the Dungeon Jedi Master YouTube where this video and our Rogue Squadron stuff will go. But for anything that's not Dungeon Jedi Master or Star Wars 5e stuff, I did make a new YouTube. Click on that link. It'll take you there and subscribe. So that'll be where our Mutants and Mastermind stuff is at, Power Rangers, and anything like that, too. So come check that out. But thank you all for attending, and may the Force be with you guys.
And also